A lot of you have probably already played this game, but if you hadn't had the chance and with the new one coming out, I recommend actually playing this game. But I'm going to start this with probably an unpopular opinion. Breath of the Wild is not a good Zelda game. It is, however, a good game. And I don't want the experience or what I'm saying to push people away from trying something that is breathtaking. Pun intended. Before we talk about this beautiful Ghibli shit that is presented to you on the screen, to back the statement up, I'll give you everything kind of what is off or wrong compared to other Zelda games at the end of the video, so stick around and see why you should play this game. A game with consistent rules and a beautiful open world that makes you want to see what's out there is something amazing. It's something rare. I'm not looking at you, nuts and bolts. Jesus fucking Christ. It's more about that childhood wonder or nostalgia of exploring and climbing trees. It's the vast and open rivers, the world being able to connect everything with mountain ranges, tall trees, and you know I'm climbing everything I can get my hands on. But to go along with this big open vast world, they needed you to be able to interact with it. And having, as I said, a game with consistent rules and this beautiful open world, everything comes together and works so well with the multiplicative gameplay that they have made with the engines that they put together for this game. During one of the GDC interviews, Nintendo explained the development of how Breath of the Wild came to be. And one of the key things they discussed was they wanted a game to have simple and easy to understand rules, but a consistency across the whole game board so that every player that was interacting knew what they could and couldn't do. The goal was to make it so that everything in the game world was connected one way or another. In other words, having one of the best physics engines using Havok, and then on top of it, a thing that they made which was the chemistry engine. Don't worry, you're not going to be tested on this. The engine essentially allows players to experiment and find unique solutions to the problems that the world would present for them. For example, if you found a giant leaf on a sail on a boat, the wind would move it, and that's an element being able to interact with a material, and in this case, it's a boat. Or you could pick up a sword during a lightning storm and move it over to some enemies to make like a mass explosion. The too long didn't read, don't give a fuck is the world will interact with the legend of boy, weather, and materials. The idea of multiplicative gameplay is in full attack mode, and it's boosted when every place and thing can be interacted with. With the gameplay constantly kissing and holding hands with each other, you get stories from your friends telling you about how they approach certain situations differently compared to you or someone else, which honestly is fucking cool. Most of my time playing this game, I spent it just climbing trees and mountains just to view scenery, see if I could discover something new, and also see some dragons, because fuck, they're pretty. The game world has so much to explore and discover, it kind of invokes that childhood wonder that I mentioned at the beginning. The discoveries made don't just help with the exploring of the world, but also solving puzzles and the additional strength that comes into combat as well. Meaning there isn't a skill tree or any gate-kept abilities like in other AAA games, but it's you learning how the game works and what you can do to manipulate it to your advantage. If you look how you handled the first couple fights in the first couple hours compared to like fight at 908 hours in, you personally know it's not just the maxed out stamina bar and millions of hearts, although that does kind of fucking help. It's that you learned what to do and what you can do, and you adapted it to your playstyle. No two people will play this game the same way. Maybe similar, but you can approach it at your own speed and with your knowledge that you've gained from playing the game, rather than just, look at me, I'm very big man. But much like at the start of the video where I said that it was a good game, I do need to start to mention why it's not a good Zelda game. As much as I love what this game has to offer, the movesets for all of the weapons are really fucking basic. Everything breaks way too quickly and easily as well. The repeated text for upgrading and overall dialogue on stuff is just time consuming and stops me from climbing more mountains. The inventory management kind of sucks ass and it just feels really clunky and slow. I feel like I can't see everything I want or that I need. Almost like Windows 8 with the overall just bleh. The overall story is also lackluster in the comparison to the other titles in the series. The shrines are kind of cool, but some become really tedious or just way too easy to figure out. And then the 4 main dungeons as well, if you can call them that, don't leave anywhere near the same impression that the other 3D Zeldas did, which is sad, but I kind of understand it. Without dungeon key items, like the hookshot and stuff like that, to finish the actual dungeon, it would be hard to implement that into the overall world where we'd be able to, like, you know, keep the freedom aspect, but it doesn't stop you from, like, doing things, and that would be a hard balance, so I kind of understand. For a game that was meant to be for the Wii 2, Wii U, Boogaloo, God rest your hard drive, and the fact that this was also mid-development and then was pushed to be on the Switch, this game really didn't disappoint. I hope that Tears of the Kingdom fixes, or at least adds to what we already have here. I know it won't be just like a DLC for Breath of the Wild, but some of the stuff that they've showed so far seems really promising, and overall, the tone of this game's really goddamn dark. Ganon looks like a damn Baywatch hottie. Mwah. Thank you for watching my video, and if you like this video and want to see more, you should check out my other content on my YouTube channel here, and you can subscribe so you don't miss videos. Also, check out my Twitch. I try and stream as much as possible, but recently I've been dealing with a whole bunch of like poopy stuff that is just garbo. Also, thank you to my patrons. You guys make this possible. You literally are supporting my videos to come out, and more music on Spotify, which I am trying to work on as well. But overall, thank you so much, and Frog bless.